The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
When was the last time you had really good Texas-style barbecue? Eric's Family Barbecue, the way it's supposed to taste. Always delicious, never rushed, and prepared to perfection. Eric's Family Barbecue uses only 100% fresh meat, slowly smoked over mesquite wood until it's juicy and delicious. We all know their brisket is the best, but have you tried their pulled pork ribs, or rib tips? Amazing, and their sides are all house-made. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip. You won't be sorry. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more information.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness. 98 KUPD.
Good morning, everybody. Hello there. Welcome to Monday. It's the Morning Sickness. It's 5:45. My name's John Holmberg. There's Brady. There's Brett. There's Big Dick Toledo. And the only thing worse than a coupon is a coupon person. We were just talking about coupons before. We'll get to that in a second. That's on my mind now. And then we just get to the rat killing right off the bat. Right, it's a dog killing, as it were. I know. Rough weekend at the Holmberg house. So for all the people, we put a post up on Facebook, and I feel like that's the only time I see a need for social media is a death announcement. It's really like weddings, deaths, births. That's really where Facebook is like. It kills all the birds with one stone. You don't have to make phone calls or texts or anything else. You get it out there, and people do it. But we put my beautiful Dutchie down. If you listened Friday, you knew that we were close. It happened Saturday night. And I have to say, before we get into any of we won't get dark details or anything like that, there is a company in this town that I've used several times, and it is imperative to all pet owners to look this up, get the number, get the website, and take care of it. We made a joke about it 10, 12 years ago when I saw the car driving down the road, and it said Happy Endings Pet Euthanasia. And I'm like, happy endings, And when I had no need for it, I found it hysterical.
Right.
And we're like, you can't call it happy endings, knowing that was the term that was sweeping the nation at the time as the brand new, hand jobs from hookers. Give me a happy ending, massage therapy and stuff like that. But then the day came that I needed them. And I got to meet Mike Fixler, who runs the place, and he is a veterinary superstar. And that guy went above and beyond and way beyond for me Saturday. And he does that for a lot of people. And this service, if you ever – and Brady, you got pets. Brett, I know you've had pets, and you got dogs. And this is the most unbelievable thing you can do for your animal. The Happy Endings at Home Pet Euthanasia. Obviously, just if you don't have a need for it right now, your dog could be a puppy. It could be like 3. It doesn't matter. Just keep it in the back of your head, because this is a group of people. Not only do they do the job that is just so heart-wrenching to have, they do it in your home. Your dog can have that moment at home, and you can have that moment at home, which is more important. But they have compassion. They're like super nice people, just outstanding. So
there's almost an art to that. It's amazing.
Absolutely is, and they've mastered it. And I don't know Mike well, and I don't know his wife, Felicia, well, but I texted him Saturday and set up a time. I'm like, I set up an appointment. We wanted to get this. We knew we could have one last day with Dutch and, have a nice time and order pizza and give her pizza at the end of the day and have, and basically told him, I'm like, high noon, Sunday, we'll do high noon. And just knowing that this was it, that she had nothing left to give. She had just enough to get through another couple days before we're just waiting for a nightmare to happen, an accident would make us feel terrible. Well, Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, she started to kind of get slow, and her breathing got a little labored, and it was like, I don't want to put her through another night just in case. This is what we're waiting for, is to keep her from having a really bad experience. And I called Mike, and I said, I know we have tomorrow's schedule, and I may need you tonight. The guy was there in an hour. And I'm not saying he's going to do that every time. His schedule might not allow it, but it happened to allow it, and he dropped everything. And he was at the pumpkin patch with his family. And I said, it's not like an emergency rush, but I'd rather do this tonight than sit and stress over this. A guy was there in 45 minutes, and it was unbelievable. So it's one of those moments where you can take one of the worst days that you can have, which is having to say goodbye to your pet and put your pet down, and turns it into a situation where it's like, God, this was comfortable and easy and nice. And I can't say enough about just the whole process of at-home euthanasia. let alone this guy and his wife and the company they do. Just outstanding human beings. So that's what I walk away from this weekend. Tip of the cap to them. And anybody who loves dogs and animals, have that. And we'll just leave it there. But if you have any, desire to see Dutchie or read about it, it's on our Facebook page. And we put a bunch of loaded up with pictures. That's all I did this weekend. We just, from Saturday afternoon on, just memories of videos and pictures. And you go through that and you just gush. My face still feels like like I was in a water balloon fight. Just nonstop puffy, crying. And you're just a disaster. And then it just kind of is, part of it. And you start to accept it all. So, again, happy endings is unreal. Unreal. And Dr. Fixler needs medals. People like that doing that. And think about that. Like part of your job, part of your side gig. I know he's a veterinarian as well, but is to go to people's houses in their worst possible times. It's the hospice workers. Those people are special. There's something, you're either insane or you're just incredibly empathetic to a point where I can't even get it through my thick skull what goes on in your head at all to be able to go in and say, I'm going to help these people through this horrible time. And all you see is crying and sadness, and I guess you just try to help that out a little bit. It takes a special person. So
I couldn't do it.
I couldn't. There's no way. My dad said that to me years ago. He goes, you love animals so much, you should be a vet. And I'm like, I couldn't do it. Part of that is putting them down or watching them struggle or having to tell families that their dog's sick and not going to make it. I couldn't do it. I think
that's the motivation, really, that for the vets that do it and for happy endings is they know people need them.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's the brain thing that I don't have, which is how can you be that empathetic? But thankfully they're out there. That's great people. So cruddy weekend. That's all it came down to. I know Cardinal fans saying, but it was a cruddy weekend for me. But you get through it and you start having happy memories at the end. And the best part is, whenever you have cruddy times, you remember the first time you legitimately laugh. Like, it's funny. I will get emails from people that said, I had this bad thing happen. I lost my parents. I lost my dog. I lost, this, or I got divorced or whatever. And they always say, you were the first person that made me laugh, or the show was the first thing that made me laugh. And last night it happened to me, and I'm like, that's because I felt so blech all weekend, just like, this sucks. Dutchie was by far my best friend. Like, there's no question. That was my happiness, all just wrapped up in a big old ball of hair. And not having a house feels empty and everything else. I'm sitting down and watching that miserable football game last night. And I realized that the NBC streaming channel, the Peacock, have you seen what they're running all month? I missed this all month is beyond me. But at the end of the thing, Al Michaels is forced to do a promo for Peacocktober. And my screen just screamed out. I didn't even see the PEA part. It just says Cocktober across my screen. And I just started laughing because they got and Al Michaels had to say, it's Peacocktober. And I just this is great. They know what they're doing.
Oh, they have to.
It's not even Peacock is COCK. Cocktober is not what you'd think it would, it's hilarious. So I just started laughing they're doing that on purpose. And I'm never going to forget it because it was just ridiculous. Because we always laugh about Rocktober, but Peacocktober is unnecessary. It was just hilarious. So I just started.
Are they doing a special on the app or something? Or
they're just hey, it's Peacocktober.
It's part of that.
So here's a few shows that are new to get you to go to it. Maybe there's a special. I don't know. I was giggling too hard to go, come on, you guys. Now I'm curious, and I threw it out there, so it worked. But Peacocktober is... I want to go to that streaming service and see if it's legit. And the PEA part is kind of often a different... It's like a different color.
Yeah.
And then Cocktober is just in Halloween letters. I'm like, you bastard sat in an office and said, let's do it. It's the number one rated show on TV. It's the best way to promote our streaming services. I don't even know what's on NBC streaming service. Do they have anything?
I don't even know. Yeah.
Just old episodes of Dateline. That's all I can imagine. Maybe The Office. I don't know what they've got.
Friends or something.
Right, yeah, maybe. Well, Friends is everywhere.
Yeah. Friends
is on Comedy Central. It's on Hulu. It's everywhere. So, and it's still the top 3. So Cocktober became my favorite thing of the night. And then I'm like, everything's fine. But I do have to say, all the people that were just, that reach out on that Facebook thing. That's ridiculous how fast people... And the relatability of anybody who's going through dog nonsense and stuff like that. incredible. It seems like everybody who says I don't have words or I don't know what to say seem to say all the right things. So thanks to everybody who just took time to look. Tons of people, because Dutchie's pizza was her last meal, and everybody read that I had said that have a pizza with your dog tonight.
We actually did.
Did you?
I did.
Damn it, Brett.
Medea was reading it, and she's like, we're having pizza tonight. I'm like, cool, let's do it.
There it is. I got so many pictures from people saying it. That's awesome. Thank you. And just people serving a slice to their dog, which is hilarious. Don't give your dog pizza too often, though. But just a little taste of it. It was great. So that's very cool of everybody. And that's nice of you, Brett. Very nice. Do they like pizza? No, dogs like pizza. Everybody.
Are you kidding me?
Dutchie
Go to town.
Dutchie was insane for even kind of like out of it. We got Pat's Pizza, which is her favorite. That's football pizza, and she could stagger in on like a bad day. Last Sunday when she came into the room, she was like, she walked like the old lady or old man from Carol Burnett. Nobody will remember that, but when Tim Conway would shuffle, like you do the old man walk, that's how she came at the end, and it was kind of cute, but it was also like you knew. But that pizza came, and she worked her way in there like, I'm getting some of this. And she used to reach up on countertops. And the best thing about Dutchie was her appetite. One time, we had 4 dozen chocolate chip cookies that Megan made. Megan's cookies are pretty relentless. They're amazing. Like an old recipe or something.
Oh, they're good.
They're ridiculous. They're the perfect chocolate chip cookie. Left them on the counter. Came back, and they're gone. All of them. It's 48 cookies. And I'm looking like, how did this happen? Like, you can't assume that in that time of 2 minutes tops, 48 cookies have been eaten by a dog. So I'm looking around like, did she pull the plate? The plate's right there. In 2 minutes, ate all those cookies. And so I gave her a little shot of the peroxide to make her throw that stuff up. I had to get that out of her, so I gave her a little thing to make it. I should kill her. It's all that chocolate and all that sugar. She's going to die. At least diabetic. So she goes in the front yard and just starts throwing up all over the place. Like big mounds of chocolate chip cookies. I'm like, she ate all the cookies. Like
cookie dough.
There isn't, it was gross. And I'm like, there isn't one like hit. Like she tore out all 4. And we couldn't believe it. I think it was Christmas too. So the cookies were a gift for the thing we were going to. And now we got like nothing, like laughing, like we were the treats. And so Dutchie goes out, throws up in 3 different spots. And for a week, we'd open the door to let her go out, and she'd go walk right over to the puke spots and try to find, like, lick the grass. Like, she was that big a pig. She would lick the grass and try to eat, and then, like, dig down. Like, she could smell dirty barf cookies. And it was 7, 8, 9 days. She never forgot where the puke pile was. She never forgot. And she would wander over and just look at us like, nah, somebody mowed this, you bastards. Now we got to do this. It was hilarious. That dog was so funny. It was ridiculous. But the puke pile was massive. So the pizza thing, don't make it a habit because they'll start stealing food. Thanks to everybody who did that. Now, on to something else. Coupons. If you're a coupon person, Brett and I hate you. I don't know what got us off on that whole thing. We were talking about, because I got an email. My first email of the morning, a rough weekend, not feeling too great. And then at 5 in the morning, someone named Kimberly at a no-reply email with the subject, "Hi, handsome, how are you? I'm all alone here," fires over a picture of herself in a bra, telling me she's on the sofa with a glass of wine, would love to get to know me, and how convenient it is that right underneath this, it's a big red bar that says, "Reply to Kimberly." I'm like, what a wonderfully convenient moment.
Yeah.
Kimberly has done.
Special.
And so Brett and I are laughing. It basically says, "I want to chat with you about anything you like with no limits. We can't touch, but I think you know what I want to hear, and I know what you want to hear. I like this. I'm right here waiting for you." And it's 5 in the morning. This gorgeous woman is alone on a sofa guzzling a glass of wine and just thought, I'm going to email this guy I've never met before and do this. And so Brett and I were saying, who falls for this? People do because it happens constantly.
Arpland.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's pussy coupons. Yeah. That's what we're looking at here. This is a coupon for ass.
Look, I did overnights for 13 years. There are no third shifters that look like that broad on that page that you just showed me.
And if there are, she has a case of warts that starts at her knees and ends just below her chest. There is nobody that looks this good that has to beg for it. It's what I've always said about bus stops. If you ever see a good-looking girl at a bus stop in Phoenix, run away. Because if she's taking the bus, she's exhausted every option of every guy that would have given her a ride, and there's a reason, and it's called bumps. She's got what I call bus stop You have to. It's the grossest thing in the world, but it's a bus stop vagina. If a beautiful woman is at a bus stop, that means every guy that's ever known her knows the truth. Something's horribly wrong. This one here, I don't know. I don't know, but I don't get it. But people fall for it, and it has.
It's
to be
fun to hear though every once in a while.
What?
You hear one guy go, "Man, I saw the hottest girl
at a bus stop." Yeah, no, you didn't. You saw what you saw was a mirage. You saw what you thought was a hot girl. Maybe visually her face is still all right, but you did not see anybody good at the bus stop. The bus stop is not where hot girls get rides. It isn't. They don't have to go anywhere a bus takes them. A truly hot woman. Sorry if you're at a bus stop right now, lady, but you know you're a 2. I mean, that's just a thing. But I don't understand who like, is me clicking on this just to see what it said because it was hilarious just from the subject.
It's like, what happens?
Like, is my whole computer now? It's
right.
not mine, so I don't care. The company can figure that out. Marcus will be on it. I'll get it. The most I get out of this is if we click on something wrong, you get an email that says stop it. And I don't know that you can't. Like, these are hilarious.
Marcus is turning over in his bed right now going, oh, my God.
I want to read the latest pitch. I want to be on top of the scams. Like the Nigerian prince.
I got a couple of gems they're
great.
They're surging right now for the holidays, I think.
Are they coming at you and that your wallet's open a little bit?
Like, ready for deposits for you. I just need the following, and they give you a whole list.
Well, you send them your bank account information, right?
I sent them more information. I'm like, that's not enough. You might as well get it all.
I got tax returns out and everything. I'm just doing photos and DocuSigns and firing them.
This would help.
This stranger needs me, and I just need to hand them over some stuff. But we were it's a coupon for ass, and I just don't understand it, and it's the strangest thing. But people fall for it because it keeps happening. And it goes back to the people with, like, the coupons. Sometimes you do coupons because it's a good deal, not because you really want the thing. I don't know how many restaurants I went to with you because your ex and Megan were Grouponing.
Grouponing whores. Let's just call it the way it is.
Grouponing whores.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm not going to a Groupon. Tony Roma's, when I worked there, taught me one thing. People with coupons in restaurants are the lowest form of human. There's troglodyte. There's like mud, micro, something or others. And then there's people who use coupons in restaurants. If you have a coupon in a restaurant, the staff hates you. I'll tell you that right off the bat. Not a soul in that place wants you as their customer. And the restaurant's in trouble. Like, coupon restaurants are in trouble. If they already have a special, that's one thing.
Summer always is the big time.
Yeah, if they make you carry in the coupon, that's when they're in big trouble. Like, if they've got a 2 for special or something going on and it's just part of the deal, that's the menu. That's different.
Or your nightmare for Mother's Day or Father's Day or Mom's eat free or Dad's.
Look, that's a deal. Yeah. I'm okay with that. So long as you didn't have to cut it out and hold it up for someone else, because basically what they're doing is they're lettering you. They're having you announce, I'm willing to stoop this low for a meal. I'm willing to flag myself with the actual physical ticket of coupon.
I remember being at dinner one time and she breaks out the Groupon and you're like, absolutely not. I'll pay full price.
Paying for it, and I'm going to give you another $30 to never use that. Oh, it's a good deal. It's halves off. I'm like, I'm not interested in halves off. No. We came here because we wanted to, not because some paper told us to.
Hey, that's how we got screwed into the Dalai Lama, or Dalai Lama, the Dalai Steamboat.
That would have been more entertaining.
Yes.
Having the silent Dalai Lama sitting on that boat would have been the best part of that awful
The
steamboat.
womanizer Dalai Lama.
I'm totally fine with the good one.
Yeah.
The one that used to nail all the broads.
Writing poetry and nailing ladies.
He was like Dalai Lama 2. I think he was like he was an early Dalai Lama, but that dude's like, I'm not taking any vow of silence. I'm hammering all these bitches. Yeah, the steamboat, the Dolly steamboat. We had to group that. The ride wasn't worth it. Where's the Groupon for the full tank of gas I had to spend to this thing? But we were because someone I'm going to mention, but not by name, happens to be related to my wife in the ways that he was the sperm that created her.
Oh,
and I'm not going to say who that is, but he's a couponer. And Megan came to me last night and said, "Oh, my dad bought a vacuum or something." I'm like, what? She goes, yeah. He saw a deal, and he bought a vacuum, but the vacuum only works on, like, hardwood floors, and then if you want to go to carpet, you got to change out all the parts. I'm like, what modern-day miracle is this that you have to actually do physical change-outs of the brushes to go from rug to... And she goes, it's Chinese. He bought it off the internet. It's hilarious, because he used to give Megan, like, presents of things he saw. He's like, you're going to like this. It's like these Chinese gifts. And I'm like, it's probably going to rot your head off. And it's probably going to burn skin. But yeah, couponing. It kills me. We have to come up with a better way. Although I do think it's an announcement. You did it at Porkopolis. I just remembered
we did.
Why?
1 year because you got summer cash.
Yeah, because times were tight.
Yep.
It's a GoFundMe.
And there's a lot of people that are similar to you that once they get the Groupon, they're like,
I'm going
to use it.
Yeah. Well, I would never. First off, I'd never do it. Like it's just those two for anything. Tony
I have a problem.
Roma scarred me.
Not a big problem, but I buy probably 2 or 3 a year. Usually, it's someone in high school, and they sell those cards.
Oh,
the fundraisers.
Yeah,
I have one right now for this.
Have you ever used it?
No, it gives you 10 swigs. They're that soda shop that makes these. It's a total.
They make fake soda.
Well, they blend them together. They make soda drinks. They're actually.
They just pour 7-Up and Dr. Pepper together.
And they'll blend some other stuff like.
We used to do that at 7-Eleven all the time.
That was the
big gulp.
Called it the kamikaze.
It is, or the spider.
Yeah, the suicide. Yeah,
the suicide. We all had a name for it. We all went down the line thinking we were getting away with something. The guy didn't care.
Yeah,
so they made a business out of it. There's like 2 or 3 Sodalicious, Swig, and another.
No
and they're
kidding.
mostly in the East
Some
Valley.
kid. Well, see, this is back to you answering the door too much, though. This goes right back to you opening the door. Yes, it is.
It was Kirby's preschool teacher has daughters, and they're in high school.
And again,
they reached out. All right, what do you need
at the house?
No,
they called you. That's Mark
through their mom, through Ronnie to me.
Whew. You got a target on your back, man. They saw a sucker right there. Wait a minute. So they called the family, and it ended up to you.
Text Ronnie.
And said, have Brady call us?
Goes, hey, so-and-so's doing a fundraiser at their high school.
Oh, well, they're selling cruddy soda. See, Valda, who used to work here, Red Thunder, got mad at me once because her kid was selling candles. And, you're buying candles and stuff, And I'm like, well, why doesn't he do the work? Like, I'm not buying anything like this. This starts a bad trend because then, there it is. There's the swig card.
Look at this. Oh, you got 10 drinks on the back.
He's still got 10 free 44-ounce sodas at the swig. And I don't know where do you go to redeem this?
To the swig.
Where is that?
There's one, I think, on...
I've never heard of it.
Oh, look at that.
Williamsfield, maybe?
That's depressing. What did that run you? Your 10 free sodas. $20?
Probably.
$20 for 10 free sodas.
I remember my dad.
Would have cost you $10.
I remember my dad bought those coupon books one time from one of the neighbor kids.
Yeah.
He literally gave him $20 and he threw it right in the trash. He goes, we're not going to use it, so I'm just giving him $20.
I won't even take the thing. Here, kid, here's $20. Go nuts.
You guys are unfamiliar with the swig.
You know the swig?
Oh, yeah, because we're in the Mormon hotbed.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
And that's what it is. It's their swig, Soda Rush, and
I thought they were
Sodalicious.
So they just don't drink
Soda
brand
Rush
name?
I
don't understand.
They're everywhere, and they all have trucks that go to every little community event.
No kidding.
Yep,
Brown and Gilbert's one.
Yeah, that's the heart of it.
Yeah, that's the one by us.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. Well, enjoy those 10 free sodas for $20.
We're not getting that. We haven't
It's $2 a soda.
I can give it to you, Toledo, if you're hitting the swigs.
It is heavy sugar.
It's the swiggle in.
How do the Mormons not all have diabetes?
I don't know. Because they're not really using the coupons. They're just $20. Right. The only reason that place is in business is because they're selling cards nobody uses.
I'm telling you, John,
people.
I'll take a picture next time I'm over there. Line around the block. Going some nights.
They sell soda everywhere.
So it's
I understand
It's homemade pop. It's not like you go there and get a Coke or a Pepsi or something.
They just
not
blend.
homemade.
They make
They
these
blend it,
unique drinks out of soda.
And they like these craft sodas.
So it's some Spectrum child's fever dream.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a kid who just can't stop pushing all the levers at the Circle K.
You've got craft brewers in our neck of Mesa. We've got craft soda.
Well,
you need to move.
You'll like it.
I'd move out in a heartbeat if I was like, this is our cool bar. It's a little non-alcoholic soda. I guess they just recently, like in the last 20 or 25 years, got back into the caffeine. So
Yeah.
the cold
they're
drinks.
in heavy.
Yeah. Oh, they're invested.
They're in
yeah.
heavy.
All right. That makes sense. Okay. Well, that's ridiculous. But Brady, I'm worried about you. You're a mark. They skipped over Ronnie to get to you. That's how bad you are.
Yeah.
They were like, call his wife and have his wife
He'll do it.
Contact the guy who can't say no. I would have said no to that in a second. Who are you? I'm your daughter's preschool teacher. Is this about school? No, I have daughters as well, and they're selling stuff. I'm like, so what? click. Oop. Do they still have dial tones? Because she'd have heard it. Did you know her daughters?
Yeah.
How?
They babysit Kirby.
Oh. So you were pretty close to the... And they still didn't even take the time to come over and knock on the door? See, that's what I get
She did when she delivered the card.
Of course. You said you were going to buy it. Of course they're going to, with bells on, show up to give it to you. I don't like this little...
She sang. She did a whole presentation.
I think it's because when I was in Little League, we had to go door to door. Like, we had to do it. My dad wouldn't take it to work.
Right.
My dad wouldn't do it. He's like, no, you're selling for your Little League. I'm not going to bother my friends about it. And I would have to actually go do the Little League candy bar sales. And the worst part about that was you give a 7 to 12-year-old a box of the most delicious chocolate with, like, the Krispies in it. And I was into them for about $7 to $8. Yeah. They were $1 a bar. But I had to do that. So I see when Valda had Trenton, he's selling candles. I'm like, he is not. You are. You have to help him. Why?
Candles, candy.
And then she was like, yeah, selling candles, not candy.
Yankee.
I don't know if it was a brand name, a bunch of candles. And I'm like, and she's like, he has to win or he gets it. Like, if he gets this, he gets some sort of treat. And I'm like, well, he's not doing anything. Do you get it? And then right across the way, I think Jill at the time was selling, her kids were selling something. And Lisa's kids were selling. I'm like, wait a second. I don't have kids for a reason. So none of their friends come over and hit me up for their charitable donations. I give to plenty of things. I don't need to help your kid win a trip somewhere. I Larry Davided an argument in front of AJ's once because some parents were trying to get me at the AJ's on 44th Street in Camelback to please donate to our child's in the bells choir. I'm like, oh, he's got the palsy. That's terrible. Oh, no, he plays bells. Like, oh, I thought his face was sliding off. I felt bad for a second.
Which would have been an unbelievable
the bells
choir.
I would watch the bells choir, the singing bells choir. The bells choir has to happen. So much more than what she was actually selling was kids who play bells. And I'm like, first off, you're abusing your kid. No kid wants to play bells. This is a mom thing. Second, you going to Australia to play bells? They don't have bell players there? They got to farm it out to Phoenix? And you want me to give you $50 and you're parked outside of the goddamn AJ's? Well, that's just, it's like you're raping people out here. You pay for your own kid's trip to Australia.
I know, with that blazer on and the crest.
And the kid's sitting there and he's dressed up. He's got a couple of bells in front of him like he's going to do a solo. All he can do is one noise, you jackass.
What do you need for this?
Dun, dun,
15 grand
dun, dun.
for the trip?
Now, I've seen the bells play over there at the Botanical Garden for Christmas, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm not paying for them to go anywhere. I'm not paying
Australia.
I'm not paying for them to go from that room I saw them in to their car. I'm not paying for their get to the Botanical. You chose to play bells. It's gorgeous.
The best is when you throw some money in there after they've been working hard out front of that Safeway or AJ's, and then they get in their Jaguar and go home.
I'm not throwing money in anybody begging me for stuff outside. It's no different than a homeless when you're begging me to send you. Have you dropped money in any of those jars? I'm going to reprimand you. I'm taking it out of your pay. You have put money in one of those begging jars outside of a Safeway anytime somebody's trying to sell you something outside of what's for sale inside. Oh, he's done it. Damn it.
No, he has. He's got a swig card, for God's sakes. He does.
A good point. Brady, you've given.
Can't say that I haven't, but I don't recall the last time I.
Because you've done it so often.
You've done it so much that you can't even think about the timing. Anyway, I don't know how we got off on that one, but stop buying that stuff. And to this Kimberly lady with a no-reply email. I mean, ridiculous. You should have a boyfriend sitting around drinking wine at 5:30 in the morning with a bra on, your ample bosom, and your iPhone to take photos. I just got to know these people who fall for it. And then you get into that other argument. What if it isn't a scam?
Well, you can always try and see what happens.
I think that's what the IQs of 85 do. Well, this might be real. Just in case. Click, and the next thing, well, what do you got to lose? If you're that dumb, you probably don't have anything to get stolen anyway in your identity. So they'll get your Social Security and your bad credit, and they'll get nothing out of it. Anyway, a great way to start the day. Damn it. And hopefully Kimberly finds a guy, despite looking like, she's been hit with buckshot right around the vagina area because of all the warts and disgusting things. It's 6:14. Let's get a wake-up song, shall we? 585-9800. I have a source, Brady, that I will not reveal, that I had a conversation with yesterday about the Suns situation. I got sources. The Suns are in a pickle. And I'll tell you something. We'll get into it in a second.
All right.
The Robert Sarver situation is a thing. I got the source, and it isn't Kevin Ray, for those of you like the only guy.
I was just going to say everybody's calling that one out.
It's not K-Ray. It is not Kevin. He was busy yesterday at the Cowboys game. Or are they playing? I don't even know if they played. Maybe he didn't go. I don't know.
No, they were on bye.
Then he was busy doing something else, and I hadn't even spoken to him. But it isn't Kevin, so I won't throw him in. But I got a source. Brady, inside the facility. My handy-dandy notebook and all my sources tell me. And I got news coming up on the Suns. You'll see. You hear it here and only here. And I got permission to tell. So it's even better. Let's get a wake-up song. 585-9800. A good one, and we'll scream it together. It's 98 KUPD. Wake up!
Big Red Badass.
What? What did you just say?
Badass. 98 KUPD.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Cast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.